During the closed-door showing of The Matrix Resurrections trailer last week, many who were present mentioned that Yahya Abdul-Mateen's role looks to be a young Morpheus. This past August 29th, in an interview with Variety, Mateen was asked if he was playing a classic character from the Matrix universe. Today we're going to discuss Mateen's answer and what it means for Matrix 4. Welcome to Matrix Explained.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
Journalist Angelique Jackson asked Abdul-Mateen several questions about his involvement in Matrix 4 during the promotion of his other movie, Candyman. Mateen began by talking about how important it was for him to be part of this said horror film.
I think they both are classics that people love. They come with a high expectation of excellence, and audiences cannot wait to see them, and it's nice to be a part of that.
But we are here for the most important part of the interview, the part when the reporter questioned him about his role in Matrix 4. During CinemaCon, Abdul-Mateen was described by Gizmondo and other members of the press as, and I quote, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II shows up as a character who looks just like Morpheus. Shaved head, tiny sunglasses, and offers Thomas a red pill. Then he is in a very serene dojo, which is on a lake, with Abdul-Mateen's character. The only thing that matters to you is still here, he says. You'll never give up. They began to perform martial arts, and when Thomas hits Abdul-Mateen's character hard in the chest, he flies out of the room. End quote. So according to the character's description, Abdul matches Morpheus, but we will talk about who he could be later in the video. Let's first listen to Mateen's answer to the question.
Does that mean you're playing a new character or a version of somebody that we already know in Matrix?
I think we're breaking up just a little bit. I can't. All of a sudden, I can't hear you so well.
He is clearly dodging the question. However, Mateen's non-answer tells us a lot. If his role was a completely new character, he could have just said so. Maybe he is keeping a secret. Very little is known of the roles of the new cast of Matrix 4. Case in point, Priyanka Chopra was asked many times about her experience during filming and who her character is. She has refused to elaborate what her role is, although it has been speculated that she could be the adult Sati, given that Sati is supposed to be one of the most important characters for the future of the Matrix. So then what is Abdul-Mateen's role in Matrix 4? There are several possibilities that we will surely be discussing until the film is released. But one of them is that Mateen is the Morpheus that we know, but with a new residual self-image. Matrix programs use shells in the Matrix, computer-generated avatars that they use to interact with the simulation. Humans use what is called a residual self-image, a virtual projection of their physical body that is saved in the mechanical part of their brain. If the RSI is destroyed, the human dies, as mentioned by Morpheus.
I thought it wasn't real.
Your mind makes it real.
If you're killed in the Matrix, you die here?
The body cannot live without the mind.
Yet this has been proven to not be absolute. Kid's residual self-image died in the Matrix after he fell off the roof of his school, but he continued to live in the real world, something that was considered to be impossible.
His vitals are good. He's gonna make it. It's unbelievable. I didn't think self-substantiation was possible.
Apparently it is.
Neo.
If there is a foolproof way to avoid death, perhaps Morpheus found it. Could it be that Kid and the Oracle helped him overcome death in the Matrix? We know that Morpheus apparently died in Matrix Online, but there is a possibility that only his RSI died, and he is alive and well in the real world. If this is the case, and Morpheus has found a way to change his residual self-image, Mateen's character could be the same Morpheus from the previous trilogy, just with a newer and younger looking RSI. After all, the change of body is a common theme in the Matrix, as it happened to the Oracle when she had to change her shell after being attacked by the Merovingian. The Matrix comic, Burning Hope, is a story of a human who was able to change his RSI in the Matrix. So it's far from impossible for the leader of the Red Pills to somehow manage to evade death and change his shell, just as the Oracle did. The Oracle may have taught Morpheus some new tricks. He was one of her disciples after all. and if Morpheus dies, she will lose one of her most powerful pawns. Now there is a theory that we have mentioned in previous videos, and that is that Mateen's character could be the son of Morpheus and Niobe. This theory was born from a short film that was published on YouTube called The Matrix Reborn, the story of Niobe and Morpheus' son, an inhabitant of Zion who had special skills, such as being able to connect to the Matrix without jacking in. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? It has been speculated that we would eventually see Niobe and Morpheus' son, given that they may have gotten back together after Matrix Revolutions. If Mateen's character is Morpheus' son, it would be interesting to see how he followed in his father's footsteps, and more importantly, if he, like his father, follows the Oracle's guidance. But possibly, this Morpheus lookalike is nothing more than a program created by the simulation to confuse and manipulate Neo. Mateen's character could very well be a new character who was inspired by Morpheus, perhaps a successor or apprentice who dresses up like his mentor and who continues to fulfill his master's purpose. Perhaps once the Matrix Resurrections trailer is published, we might get a better idea of who Abdul Mateen's character is, if he is a young Morpheus or something else. But do you agree? Who is Abdul Mateen's character in Matrix Resurrections? Is he a young Morpheus, the old Morpheus with a new RSI, the son of Morpheus, or a new character?
Hello. As you can see, we've had our eye on you for some time now. I'm going to be as forthcoming as I can be. You're here because you thought Smith had been eliminated. You've made a big mistake. Soon you'll know more details here in The Matrix Explained.
For Matrix Explained, please leave a like and subscribe. And thank you for visiting the Desert of the Real.